It's the American Express Halftime Report. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Charles Barkley. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. 59-48 is the count, and when you talk about the American Express teammates, you got a guy who was just named an All-Star again in Marc Gasol. For a long time, it was always, when you talked about Memphis, it was always the bump and grind and no three-pointers. They've really upped the three-point output this year. Still, Gasol, Z-Bo, formidable.
Yeah, Gasol, 9 years in, Z-Bo, 16 years in, but they didn't show, but he was sprinting up and down the court. I'm going to say about 3 or 4 more years, Chuck, for Z-Bo. They're playing well right now. He's 35 years old.
Well, I think the thing about Z-Bo, he is a perfect example. We get so enamored with talent, guys who can really, really run and really, really jump. This guy had a terrific career just knowing how to play basketball, how to use his body. Marc Gasol, to me, is just a flat-out stud. Mike Conley, I've said, he's been the most underrated player in the NBA the last 10 years.
So anyway, I'm going to the board.
Hey, Jet, did you see last week, last
I
Monday?
saw you beat him to the board.
Yeah, thank you.
I did see that.
You know we call it
I did see that.
we call it around my house, Kenny?
What's that?
Slow against slower.
Slow against slow, but slow one.
I know you.
I'd rather be slow than slower. But, any highlight today has to start with our 40-year-old brethren, North Carolina brethren. And that's Vince Carter, because you said about playing a game, guys that lose their athleticism can still do things and understand the movement and the style of play. So when you have the ball, when Vince Carter gets it here, instead of the shot fake, the drive to the lane, and stop it right here, because this is the most underrated thing in basketball to me. The ability to draw two, most guys think that that's it. That is a talent, to draw two people. When you draw two, you find one. And Vince Carter, at 40 years old, still understands how to find one and jumps it over to a 35. But Mike Conley frees it here. This is a guy now who says, in these ISO opportunities, I will, with my $153 million, take these type of shots. And I think before this, he wasn't really taking these type of shots. Chuck, I don't think he had the confidence to just keep the ball this long in his hand and just play one-on-one basketball and take those shots. Last year, he was more of a pitch guy, get rid of it. Again, once the pick and roll comes, and now he comes off the here, freeze it. This is Mike Conley now, pretty much would penetrate and pitch and get out the way. But this year, to me, he's much more aggressive, getting into the lane, and probably one of the best finishers. He finishes that time with his left, but one of the best finishers with his right hand in basketball. So to me, a lot more offensively aggressive for Mike Conley.
Memphis shooting 7 out of 12 from deep in the first half. They averaged 6 a game last year. They're going to surpass their total for threes made before the All-Star break